She always seemed excited about these trips. When I found an unfamiliar number on our phone bill, I had to investigate. Hey everyone, I'm a 35-year-old guy, M35, who's been married to my 33-year-old wife, F33, for 10 years. Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but I always thought we had a solid foundation. Over the past year, however, my wife has been taking more frequent work trips. These trips were always a part of her job, but recently she seemed unusually excited about them. I thought it was great that she was finding joy in her work, but something about her excitement felt off. It all started when I noticed an unfamiliar number on our phone bill. I wouldn't normally snoop, but the sheer number of calls and texts to this number piqued my curiosity. I decided to call the number, and to my surprise, a man answered. He claimed to be a friend of my wife's. His tone was casual, but something about the conversation didn't sit right with me. This unease led me to dig deeper into what was really going on during these trips. To give you a bit more context, my wife's job often requires her to travel. She's been doing it for years, but she had never been this enthusiastic about it before. I started noticing little things. She seemed distant and preoccupied even when she was home. She'd always have her phone close by, and her conversations seemed more guarded. Feeling uneasy, I decided to check her social media accounts. What I found was a collection of photos from her trips, and in many of them she was with the same man who had answered the phone. These weren't just casual group photos, they were pictures of them at dinners, sightseeing, and even at what looked like romantic spots. When I confronted her about the photos, she claimed he was just a colleague and that the photos were taken during group outings. Despite her explanation, I couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. I talked to a mutual friend of ours, a 36-year-old guy, M36, who hinted that I should dig deeper. He didn't provide any specific details, but suggested that things might not be as innocent as they seemed. Determined to get to the bottom of it, I decided to check her tablet, which she rarely used. That's when I found messages between her and a female colleague, F30. The messages revealed that this colleague was covering for her during the work trips. This was another red flag, and it made me question everything my wife had told me. Then came the discovery that confirmed my worst fears. Hidden in her email account were love letters between my wife and the man from the phone call. These weren't just casual exchanges, they were detailed, emotional confessions of love and longing. My heart sank as I read through them, feeling a mix of anger, betrayal, and heartbreak. The emotional journey from suspicion to heartbreak was agonizing. I spent countless nights agonizing over whether to confront her or let it go. Ultimately, I decided to confront her with all the evidence I had gathered. The confrontation led to a heated argument where she admitted to the affair but claimed it was a result of feeling neglected and unappreciated. In the end, we decided to take a break to evaluate our relationship. I moved in with a friend while we attend couples counseling. We're unsure if our marriage can be saved, but we've both agreed to work on ourselves individually. Right now, I'm focusing on healing and figuring out my next steps. Has anyone else been through something similar? How did you cope with the betrayal? Did couples counseling work for you in saving your marriage? Any advice or guidance would be greatly appreciated.